Good afternoon, I'm Malcolm Jordan and this is your midday news fix for Thursday, the 4th of April. A 46-year-old woman is facing a murder charge after a woman died in Pukenui, north of Kaitaia, early this morning. Police found the victim critically injured at a Hohora Heads Road address around 12:30am. She died at the scene despite efforts from emergency services. The pair are known to each other and it's believed the incident is isolated. A post-mortem examination and formal identification of the victim will be carried out. The Construction Minister says cutting red tape around building products will be a win for New Zealand manufacturers. The government's changing the Building Act to address a shortage of building supplies and long wait times for new products to be approved. That includes signing off on products with a reputable overseas certification and recognising approval schemes used in countries like Australia. Minister Chris Penk says it will ease building costs and make our building products better.
If they can measure themselves against overseas standards, that makes them much more export ready and attractive in Sydney and Melbourne, elsewhere in Australia and of course further afield too.
Ministry of Health workers are finding out today which jobs face the axe. Changes are expected to impact around 25% of its workers, with RNZ reporting 134 jobs are set to go. Health commentator Ian Powell believes it's a bad process of slash and burn.
The Ministry of Health, in fact, was restructured quite recently, back in 2022, and now they're having to do it again.
The Ministry of Social Development has also just announced it's offering voluntary redundancy to a number of people in non-frontline roles. A Christchurch recycler has called out Wasteco over its recycling practices at Hagley Oval. Sue Craig Stewart found about 58 bins of recyclables at the Black Caps test with Australia last month were all headed straight to the tip with other landfill. She told the press she followed a worker emptying the bins at the match and found them all being dumped into the same skips as each other. Craig Stewart says when she rang Wasteco about it, they told her the problem lay with people who don't know what can and can't be recycled. The impacts of the cost of living and the removal of incentives are being highlighted following a drop in electric vehicle sales. In March, just over 9% of new passenger cars were EVs, falling from about 27% for all of 2023. Vehicle Import Association Chief Executive Greg Epps says if people don't have the money to spend on EVs, they won't be buying them.
And EVs are still an expensive proposition, and I think we see that when you remove the incentive, the demand goes down.
A spotlight on Otago's local fashion industry. The ID Dunedin Fashion Festival begins today, celebrating design and creativity with a focus on sustainability. To sport, a pioneering day for professional women's basketball. Player wages in the 5-team Tō Iwi League will double this season, meaning female players will earn more than their male counterparts. Arsenal have returned to the top of the Premier League football ladder on 68 points with a 2-0 win over relegation-threatened Luton Town. I'm Malcolm Jordan. That's your latest news fix. We'll be back with the next update at 5 p.m. from the Newstalk ZB newsroom.